Hey guys, I'm nobody. I'm at the untrained, unprofessional workbench, but I'm not going to be working on anything for this. I'm going to be talking about something that happened this morning, and I thought it was a little weird. And tell me if I'm being a little overly cautious, a little paranoid, whatever. But I have some notes because I didn't want to leave anything out. I wanted to be as thorough as possible and tell you as cleanly what happened to me, so without forgetting anything. So here's how it started this morning. I made some online purchases through PSA and bought some stuff from Criterion this morning, and was going about my business, watching the news, and I got a phone call about an hour or so later from Visa. It was card holder services, and they said that there was some potentially fraudulent activity on my card, and so obviously you got my attention. So I went through the little automated system and entered all the information that they wanted, and when I got to the part where they want me to confirm my zip code, I entered it in and they said it was invalid. Okay, try again. Entered it in, invalid. Well, that's weird. I know this zip code. I've used it before. I entered it the third time, and it kind of acted like I didn't enter anything at all and said that I should contact my financial institution to resolve the issue, and it cut me off. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. And it took me a little bit to get around to it, well, 15, 20 minutes, that's a little bit. So I called my credit union and I explained to an actual human being what was going on, the phone call that I got from Visa. And she went through, confirmed, who I was, all the typical stuff, it's nice talking to a human being. And she started going over, I guess, the list of things that were flagged by Visa that were potentially fraudulent activity. And so she started off, and there were 5 things. So she started off with today, Palmetto State Armory and Criterion, and I said, yeah, those are mine. Then she went back to the 18th, Brownells, and I'm like, yeah, that's mine. And then she went farther back to the 13th, Wilson Combat, and didn't touch anything in between other than 5 firearms companies. And I wish I would have been, instead of being in my problem-solving mode, hey, let's make sure that this isn't fraudulent and everything, I wish I would have been more skeptical and started asking more detailed questions and so forth, but I didn't. So I failed. Yeah, I failed on that part. So I kind of made a snarky little comment to her, about it's like, that's weird, it's like, it's just gun-related companies. And she laughed, and it was kind of like one of those, like, I know, right? It's like, it seems a little obvious kind of laugh. I didn't get any nefarious vibes of evil, sinister laugh. So, but she then went through and told me, it's like, okay, your card is unfrozen, which I didn't know it was frozen to begin with because Visa didn't tell me it was frozen. It just said contact your company or your financial institution. And, I went about my day. And, this really, the longer, I thought about it, the more I would have wished I would have asked her, it's like, okay, are these 5 companies that you're asking me about, are those flagged by Visa, or are those just companies that you're unfamiliar with and you're just asking about or whatnot? I don't get the feeling that she was, like asking about them. It's like I almost had the feeling that it was flagged by Visa. So that being said, what is going on? It's like, is Visa purposely tracking gun companies? And if you've been kind of paying attention to things in the news and some things that have been coming about, with different things. I could say some things, and, just like, and then expect for YouTube to, like, slam me down and turn off the channel or something like that, But, I don't know, does this just sound nefarious? I mean, it's like I'm really at a loss for words without being a conspiracy theorist or, wanting to say, this is proof of evil, Visa and everyone, wanting to put the screws to people who believe similar to you and me. So just thought I would kind of throw that out there and let you know what's going on. See if any of you guys have had any similar experiences recently, because yeah, if this gets more common, it's like that could be some really bad news for, well, for freedom and all that kind of fun stuff. So anyway, there we are. That's what's going on. Have fun. Go nuts in the comments. Thanks.